Hi, I'm Dana Obleman. This video is for my free sleep course for newborns up to 3 months right here on YouTube. If you feel like you could use more guidance, then check out Sleep Sense Plus. The link is in the description below.
Hi, welcome back. We've been talking a lot these last few days about helping our babies fall asleep independently by putting them down before they're asleep. And we've been talking about perfect world scenarios where they just drift off peacefully to sleep right before your eyes and everything goes beautifully. That doesn't always happen. Not a lot in parenting is perfect. So let's talk today about those times when it just doesn't go as smoothly as you were hoping. Let's start with bedtime. So we've done our routine, we've given the top-up feed, we've kept her as awake as we can, we're putting her into the crib or bassinet, drowsy but awake, and she doesn't like it, right? Sometimes she's just not going to like it. And she might start to cry or squawk or grizzle around, and you'll wonder what to do. First of all, it's okay to give it a minute or two. We've talked a lot about just giving our child the opportunity to try, or at least see what happens. Again, we are not leaving newborn babies for long periods of time to cry. Absolutely not. But a minute or two to see if she can settle is okay, and you're staying right by the crib or bassinet while she does this. You can try some things while she's still in the bassinet, like rubbing this spot on her forehead. Lots of newborn babies love that for some reason and just calm down instantly when you try. Shushing quite loudly is also very soothing to a lot of newborn babies. It's reminiscent of the sounds they heard in the womb. So you can get right down by her ear and do some fairly significant shushing, and that can be automatically calming. You can try just a little bit of a bounce to the bassinet or crib, just gently. A little bit of motion can help calm a baby down so that she can get herself to sleep. This may work and this might not work. She might start to escalate, and at this point we're going to pick her up. Okay, we're going to pick her up, we're going to walk around the room a little bit, we're going to calm her down. Once she's calm, we're going to put her back in the crib or the bassinet. See what happens. Give it a minute or two. If it starts to escalate again, then we'll pick her up and we'll walk around the room a little bit and we'll calm her down, and then we'll put her back in the crib or bassinet, and we'll just keep repeating this process until she falls asleep. And the good news is she will fall asleep eventually. This can take a little work. If you've missed the window or she's gotten a little overtired throughout the day, this will take a bit of work and effort on your part. But this is the most important place to actually do the work. If she can learn at bedtime how to start falling asleep independently, that you've won the race. That is the most important piece of this, because then you'll notice that she'll start to transfer those skills to the rest of the night and start sleeping longer and longer stretches. So I know it's tough, but do it anyway, okay? So let's talk about what happens if this goes on long enough that you feel like, you know what, this has been going on for an hour and a half. I think she might be hungry, because that's absolutely possible. If you feel at some point in the process that she is hungry or potentially hungry again, go ahead and feed her. She might fall asleep at the breast because now she's really fatigued, and that's not the end of the world. We're just going to transfer her to the crib and see what happens for the rest of the night. I want you to try your best to keep her awake through that feed, or as awake as you can get her by, a little tickle or tickling the toes or any of the strategies we talked about. Because if we can avoid nursing her fully to sleep, again, that's a victory. So try, but it might not work, and that's okay too. And then we're going to let her sleep for as long as she will sleep. When she wakes up for that first feed, we do all those strategies where we change her diaper, we give her her feed, we put her in the crib awake or at least aware, and hope that she drifts off peacefully. If she doesn't, we're going to repeat all those same strategies that we used at bedtime with, some gentle touch, stroking the forehead, doing some shushing. If those things don't work, then we can absolutely do what is called a pick up, put down strategy to help our little one get back to sleep. And this is usually, like I said, the easy part of the night after the feed to get her to go back down until the next feed time. All right, tomorrow we'll talk about what to do for naps. Thanks for watching. Sleep well.